My name is Kaylee, and I am a first-year veterinary student at the University of Pennsylvania. And I am attending here 100% on student loans. My husband does have a job right now, but he will be hopefully attending medical school starting next year. We'll be relying on student loans and scholarships. Yeah. I am originally from Fort Worth, Texas. So it's definitely a big change coming from Texas to Pennsylvania, not only the South versus the Northeast, but also suburban living versus right smack in the middle of the city living, which is very different. My husband and I got married 4 months ago in June, and then literally the next day we made the trek up to Philadelphia. So it's been a challenging year, but a rewarding year at the same time. I chose a career in healthcare and specifically veterinary medicine because I very much want to remain an advocate for those who cannot speak up for themselves. That is an inherent part about being a veterinarian. My faith is something that really motivates me in all facets of my life, and my career is no different. So I personally believe that servitude is one of the best things that you can do while we have our short time on this earth. I hope to use this time to serve others in creation as best as I can. My long-term goal within my career would be to make strides in making veterinary care more affordable and accessible. Not just in America and in middle and low income communities, but also in countries where animal care is not a priority. I have a lot of experience in Guatemala. This is the first year in 5 years that I haven't been, which is really crazy to me to think about, that I've spent so much of my summers during undergrad there. I started a service trip at Baylor to an animal shelter in Guatemala, about an hour outside of Antigua. It's a struggling animal shelter, to say the least. They have about 300 dogs on site and about between 40 and 50 cats, typically on a typical day. And they also have a couple kind of stragglers, like they've had a few rabbits and chickens, and there was a horse a couple of times. But there's not very many employees, and the woman who's running the shelter, she's American, but she's lived in Guatemala for some time now because she noticed the need for shelter for so many of the street dogs that are there. That's what they're called. The first time I went to that animal shelter was when I felt that I was fully developing what I was supposed to do with my life. I want to find places that are trying to make a difference in animals' lives and within the community that they're serving as well. And I want to make them better. I want to make them more efficient and better at serving the populations they're trying to serve. So I have a big goal, a big dream, that would be to form a nonprofit that would connect different Latin American animal shelters, rescues, welfare organizations, that sort of thing. And that would just be a basis for them, a support base for them, maybe a place where volunteers can be filtered through. But I know there are more out there that I just haven't, that don't have a very large support group. And so I want to support the places that are trying to make the world a little bit better for animals. My go-to pump up song is Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. When you meet me, I'm not the kind of person that you would think Bad Guy by Billie Eilish is their pump up song. But me and my husband, yep, that's what we jam to in the car.